Welcome, my friends, this is Maniacal Incorporated, and by your very presence here, you have committed treason against His Majesty the King. Just like me, you are now part of the revolution. This is Diplomacy is Not an Option, and a big thank you to the developers, Door407, for sending me on a copy to check out just before the full release of the game yesterday. Released out of early access, and the full release brings with it a fairly hefty campaign with 3 pathways and 6 different endings based on your decisions. And the campaign is still being worked on. There's a character here somewhere, I imagine over here, called Ozzy the Undead. And at the moment we can fight him and defeat him, but they're adding the ability to join with him, which will bring a 4th pathway, presumably, and 2 more endings. And what I have done is I have joined. So here, in the very first part of the campaign, I fought alongside the king against the rebellion, but in the second part, I have actually joined with the rebels, and the rebel forces were defeated and have been pushed south to a defensive position. We are the children of the revolution. So we gave Scott the Bloody our best men for him to march on the capital. However, he returned with fear and terror in his eyes and a badly shattered army. The king knew that we had defected, and a whole army was on its way to put down the unrest. So we are now a traitor to our country, and there is a hefty bounty on our head. There's a number of different difficulty levels. I'm still making my way through the game, so we won't try your worst nightmare just yet. I think we'll stick with challenge accepted. It is the 14th of May, 1491. All is lost. For the second week, we're retreating. Supplies are running low. The king's army is chasing us all over Samregina. We have no choice but to find a stronghold and prepare for a siege. So we're going to face 6 waves of enemy attacks. We need to kill all the enemies in the area, otherwise they will join the final attack. And Scott the Bloody must survive, which means that we have Scott in our army. There he is on horseback.
The rightful King Scott the First.
The rightful King Scott the First. So here's his ragtag bunch of troops. Rebel flag carrier. Rebel with a pitchfork. Hopefully there's a rebel with a cause in there somewhere. We have a good chunk of them, but they are very squishy. So these are usually the units that you would find yourself fighting. But we're now fighting alongside them. We have some interesting defensive positions. Get a wall down here and connect up to this lake. And we have a good defensive position there. They've given us some houses to start off with. And here is our town hall. So we're told that Scott the Bloody and his men have entrusted their lives to you. Only you can save the cause of overthrowing the tyranny. Royal forces are almost here. Command, my lord. We have a good chunk of food, and if we add any more food, we're not going to be able to store it. So for the first day, I'm not going to focus on food. We're going to get down a lumber mill. We'll put that there, and we'll put that there. Lumber is very important. We'll put in a stone mill, and I think that's, or a stone mine, I should say. And I think that's all we can do for day 1. We have 0 remaining people. We have 11 available housing. I think that's it. That's pretty much all we can do at the moment. We'll start to scout out a bit and see what is around us. See about this defensive position. We could push the wall up a bit to take in more of the forest.
To me, Scott the First.
And we're being told that the enemy forces are going to attack from the south. The first couple of attacks shouldn't be the worst, but we are going to need, once we get those lumber mills and everything up and running, we're going to need to get a barracks built and get some proper troops instead of these weak peasants. We need a trained army to defend the rightful King Scott the First.
Scott the First.
Is he saying Scott the First or Scott the Thirst? Maybe he has a thirst for power.
Scott the First.
Uh-oh. We better move him away from there, or he'll have a thirst for being killed. So yeah, charging with the full complement of their forces. We're going to get some losses here, which is a bit unfortunate. And we're not actually going to be able to... There we go, getting some dead bodies. We're not going to be able to bury those for a day or two. So they have a solid position over there. We're going to have to deal with that at some stage. Now, we can get our barracks built. Sure, we'll put it there. We can get our barracks built, and we should still have some lumber left over for the building and repair speed research. And while we're waiting, we'll get another house in. Not too sure we'll get it ready by tomorrow, but we might be able to get even more people by tomorrow. So we're now up to... Now we're getting 17 tomorrow.
Research complete.
So a lot of those will... There we go, there's our 17. That's very helpful. We only have 6 seconds until the attack, but we can get some berry pickers. So the berry pickers will require 1 population. We can dump them there. The fisher huts require, I think, 2. Yeah, and they require some lumber as well. So we can put you there and put you there. And the rest, we'll get 3 swordsmen and 3 archers from our barracks. And that leaves us with a few then that we can decide what we want to do with. We're going to need... We can't get the builder's hut yet because we don't have the lumber. We're going to have to put down a cemetery. Or a cemetery as opposed to a symmetry.
Enemy forces are approaching.
So we've gotten a couple of troops ready. Just in time. Again, we should be able to see off this first wave easily enough, I hope. Now, as buildings are being built, our food is slowly ticking up, We have 44 and the daily consumption is 60. Put in the workers' house there, and I just about have enough for the gravediggers. We'll place that... Where do I actually want to place that? Do you know what? We'll place it right there. So the gravedigger will actually go and pick up the bodies and bring them to the cemetery. The devils are trying to come in from the side. We'll keep an eye on Scott, not to anything happen to him. I do have soul crystals, which will allow me to summon forces, but you know what? We'll hold on to those for now. And we have a couple of brave soldiers who have lost their lives in defense of King Scott. And the vile usurper of power calls this an attack. Puffa! A bunch of miserable imbeciles in the service of the exploiter of the honest citizens of Sam Regina shall never break our will to be free. So here is the Undertaker, and they are heading to start picking up bodies. We would want to be a bit careful that they don't start wandering into areas where troops might move towards them. We will put our granary here, so it'll slightly shorten the distance for all the work that's going on in this area, and it'll also mean that we'll be able to store extra food. I would want to get... I don't have the population for it at the moment, I don't believe. We need 4 for the mine. I would want to get this mine up and running as well. So I need 150 wood and 100 stone to upgrade the town hall, and that will allow us to get better units, and it will allow us to set up... these resources are non-renewable. At least I don't think these ones are renewable, or they renew very slowly. Once these ones are used up, they're used up. So we will need to get farming up and running. And to do that, we need to get to level 2, and it'll also allow us to build better lumber huts and stone mines. So these guys are attacking from the northeast. So let's see what our defensive positions look like. We might be able to get some towers up and running if we knew what direction they were actually coming from. We'll use Scott as a bit of a scout. So we can put up a bit of a wall there. We should be able to put in a door. And by a door, I mean a gate. So we can at least block that area off completely. I could block this area off completely. So a good expenditure of wood at the moment, that's the only problem. So if nothing else, this will slow them down and allow us to get units to the positions that they attack from, so I don't know, are they going to come this way, or are they going to come down this way? And we can always upgrade these then to stone walls when we gain access to that. We have a new day, a new dawn. This place is full, so we could build another granary or hopefully wait until we can get that castle expansion. It's coming along slowly at the moment though, that's the only issue. I need troops, that's the way it is. I need troops and I need timber. So we'll stick down another lumber mill. Where do we want to go with this one? On the one hand, you don't want to put them all too close. And you also don't want to put them too spread apart. Yeah. Absolutely amazing strategic analysis there. Absolutely just stunning. We have a few forces trained up, and a few forces that I actually forgot were there and didn't bring them over. Now we can also build some walls over here, and we at least have the kind of the northern side, I won't say taken care of, but some way defended. I could send Scott out to act as a forward scout, and we can build towers which will give us much greater lines of vision as well. Looks like they're actually coming down in this direction, so I will. We can close all gates, we can close just this one, and I can take my archers and actually put them on top of the wall. There we go, the devils. Let's use a summon. Do you know what, I might open that gate. Oh, we didn't get over to clear out that area. That's going to have some soul crystals. So we can, do you know what, we can use up a bit of soul crystals. So if they want to attack the wall, do you know what, it's only a bit of timber. We'll get that back. Our catapult is in range, doing plenty of damage. So the wall is doing a great job, acting as a distraction, which is the main thing that we wanted. Some of our guys have held out very well. Fair play to them. As long as the main gate doesn't fall, I don't really mind. It's not going to kill the troops that are in there, but I don't want it to fall over anyway. And we're in a position where we can upgrade the main town hall. Completely forgot what it was called. So our builders will go and start working on that. There we go. Not too shabby at all.
Let's go.
And I can move these guys out so we can move them to someplace else that they're needed in. Might also need to get down a second builder's house. Now, our only problem is we aren't getting, we'll say, the defenses built quickly enough, because there's going to be some pretty hefty attacks coming from here on in. We're not getting our defenses built quickly enough, and I'm not actually getting kind of what we say population growth fast enough. So there's kind of build orders, as in the order that you get stuff up and running, and I get a feeling I'm not getting stuff up and running fast enough. Now we have something that I'm looking for from this building here, or when this gets done, there's something that I'm immediately looking to do, so it's been upgraded. And the other thing I actually need to do is turn on auto repair. I always forget about that. We have our city development, is not what I'm looking for. Housing. We have a city fountain for 10 stone. Now, if I could actually place it, if we place it there, it's going to take in all those houses. The only issue is if I could place it, because this building counts as well for the advantage, so what it does is +1 people living in each house within its range. We'll put you there. So here are some upgraded houses, which will allow for more people. And now we're out of stone. So we're going to clear out this area. We're going to get some stuff from over here. We're under attack. That's grand. That's grand, unless that's King Scott that's dead. It probably isn't. No, he's grand. He's fine. He's hardy. They have a tendency to get distracted and start attacking buildings instead of the people around them. And these buildings are generating stone crystals, so we're picking up some of those. And what I actually need to do, there's a very important building that I need up and running by the next time that we get an attack, it is a simple obelisk. Not going for any of those fancy obelisks, just a nice simple one. We'll drop that there. We are also running out of food storage. So again, another... Oh, the Devils, they have siege weapons. We might want to keep one back. The Devils have siege weapons. That's going to be a tough one to take out. Can't get any more troops, so we need to upgrade this actually first of all. So yeah, there we go. Stone is the killer at the moment. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new level 2 stone mine. And we can probably upgrade this one as well, could we? So it's going to take 2 and 25 wood. So that will increase, if we see here, 17 seconds for a worker to mine stone, maximum of 4 workers. This one will increase stone to extract in the mine 2 times. So we actually get more stone from this. We also now need an iron mine. And I really should get back to some of this research, the Builders Guild. So we have a lot of research that hasn't been done because a lot of it needs stone now and a lot of it needed timber, which I didn't have at the time. And I think it's going to just be, for now, more troops until we can get that stone together to actually upgrade the building. We have small watchtowers. I think that's what we're going to have to get up and running. Put those at some of the corners. So they're going to give an expanded line of sight. I'm not doing a great job with dealing with these camps, especially if they're going to actually be firing trebuchets. That's going to deal a lot of damage. I don't know if I want to send my forces in. Do you know what? We're going to have to now. So Scotty has gone in, and do you know what? Let's use an astral ray to deal with some of these guys. He's not doing too bad. So the astral ray is something that we can use because of the tower that we built. And do you know what? I'm gonna use a few of them because we're going to get a good lot, hopefully, of soul crystals from this camp. And that looks to be rather worrying. Large men with big axes. Scott is doing fine. Our trebuchet is firing at something else. We've 27 people available for today. We have 30 people dead. I think that's our entire starting army dead now at this stage. Nope, not enough soul crystals. Somebody used them all up. I wonder who that was. These guys have caused quite a lot of damage to us. And we're kind of out of the astral, the soul crystals. So we have to immediately begin the process of getting some new troops together. We can actually see there's people just standing randomly around here, and they're basically being picked up or being removed as we hire them into our army. Yeah. And we also have the stone, which will allow us to start upgrading this place. It was those large knights, the big men. They're the ones that caused the problems. No, catapult, run away! Save yourself. It'd be unfair to call that an absolute disaster, but you know what? It wasn't far off. We have our barracks upgraded. So I'm now in a position to hire a healer and some axe warriors. We'll get 2 of them. We now have a lot of timber. We're going to have to... Where is it? Resource management. Stick up a marketplace. We're going to send the... going to put some people into the... Or get the market. Traveling out and... Getting some resources first. Getting some money.
The rightful king's called the first.
Scott, what happened to your army? What happened to your army, Scott? You had a fairly big army the last time I saw you. What happened? We've gotten our first healer trained up. We should be getting some axemen now. We're actually almost completely out of available housing again. So there should be a few of these houses that I can upgrade. And that's pretty much it. We're going to try and seal off this area, get in some stone or some timber walls, because I don't have the stone to upgrade them just yet. I've gotten some archers into these towers. They've increased the vision a bit. We have a chunk of vision on that area. So we're going to put a ton of work into getting this up and running, and I bet you they're going to come from a different direction. I do, again... There's the gravedigger's hut. There's the builder's hut. We need iron. Iron is the holdout there. Right. We have our marketplace. We will open our marketplace. And we could... We have wood. And I think we get... So if I sell 8... So if I sell 16, we get 2. So it's 1/8 of what we're getting. If we sell stone, we get a 4 to 1. So 4 stone for 1 iron. We have a lot of lumber at the moment, and unfortunately you can't trade multiple things. So you can trade, we'll say, wood and fish at the same time. So what we're going to have to do is, we'll say, we'll go for the 40. And we could repeat last orders and all that type of stuff. So that's how medieval trade was conducted with Zeppelin boats. So very, very true to kind of the medieval aesthetic. Now we have 33 bodies that are just out there rotting, because I can't actually get grave diggers out to them. That's going to cause unhappiness and epidemics. Now the other thing I need to do, I'm falling behind on a lot of things, is the research. So we have a lot of military research that has gone basically forgotten about. The handy thing is that if we can survive, it means that we're going to be in a good strong position towards the end. So our Zeppelin has come back. We have 5 lead, or 5 iron I should say. And I know that was needed for a few things. I'm not going to lie, I've forgotten what it was needed for. One of the most important things is getting this builder's house up and running. It's going to add more builders. We could upgrade the grave digger, so what I'd be doing is basically either moving him, or you can see here's the furthest range that the grave digger will go to. So what I can do is increase that. And you can pretty much increase it as much as you want to. But I do know if we send anybody down here that they'll get spotted. To get 1 coin, we would need to send 40 food. And our major problem is that we need 35 food. We need 35 coins, I should say, to get to the next level. So do you know what? Go on. We do have a chunk. We'll trade that much. We have a chunk of food. Now it is falling behind a slight bit, so if I put this there, so we put down the farm, and then we're putting in farm plots around it. And there's quite a lot of them. There we go. Okay, we can finally take out this place, which has been a bit of a hindrance, a bit of a nuisance to us. Now, the soul crystals at the moment we can only get by destroying these buildings, but we can actually get them through other methods. There are certain locations on the map where we can extract them from, but we haven't came across any of those yet. So we're just going to have to get them the old-fashioned way. Destroying things. So we now have healers, at the very least, who are going to help us. Where is our gravedigger's house? Oh, and we've been told where the next attack is coming from. We've actually set up in a fairly good position. So they're going to be coming from this direction. Another school of fish has run out, so we got that farm up and running at a good time. Other than the fact that we're running out of food at the moment. Uh-oh, somebody shouldn't have sent all that food away. So I'm going to have to change this farm to top priority. Hopefully, if they're working on anything else, they were working on this, they've abandoned it, they're now coming over to this. We have 1:50. And the number of dead is beginning to drop, slowly but surely. Well, when I say the number of dead, I mean the number of dead bodies that are just lumped out there. Scott the Bloody has a message for us, my brother in arms. Another pack of jackals from the guard wants to feast on the tortured flesh of the oppressed, but they do not realize that our strength is... Those walls don't look great. Our cause is just, and my punishing sword longs to sow death. Well, do you know what? If you sowed some crops, it'd actually be more beneficial at the moment. And fair play to those gravediggers. They've done a great job.
Our fortifications are under attack.
Divil! Okay, that's my fault. I was gonna say, where have these guys come from? That's my fault. Do you remember when I said those gravediggers were doing a great job? Never mind. Never mind. So we've 6 seconds until your man's army arrives.
Enemy forces are approaching.
This is another reason that you don't want to leave dead bodies hanging around the place. How is King Scotty doing? Because he's in the middle of it all. He's fine. He's grand. He's talking with his former troops, trying to convince them to rejoin the cause. They're not having it. There we go. And look at that, no more dead bodies. Isn't that fantastic? God damn it, guys, no! So what I'll have to do is get some archers. I stopped counting halfway through. I can't remember how many we have up there. That looks to be fine. Now, where are these guys coming from? There... Oh, that's not great. That's a bit too far to the north of where I thought they were going to come from. So they're probably, if they hit both gates, we might be in a bit of trouble. What's that you say? Astral Ray? Don't mind if I do.
Our fortifications are under attack. The rightful reporting.
The rightful reporting. So these guys, we can actually get them down here to deal with this bit of an issue. They've gotten through the walls. Now we don't have enough soul crystals for another one of those attacks. So the attacks are getting more and more severe as the waves increase. Now a bit of stone walls would have helped us there. A bit more soul crystals would have helped us. And I think we've just one dead body. Brother in arms, justice prevails. Hear the sweet sound of breaking the spines of tyranny's minions. Nothing pleases the eye like a battlefield fertilized with potential undead. Scotty, I don't think you're the best for this job. I'm not gonna lie, man. And what we can start to do is thinking about actually putting in stone walls. This is what we've been looking for. I don't think I'm in a position to actually... I think I need to be level 3 to get... to actually utilize that, however. Or else we need a university. I think we need to be doing a lot more research to actually utilize that. But this is where we get soul crystals.
The people are starving, sire.
Uh-oh. Because we are running out of food badly. Right. And we'll put that as the top priority.
The rightful king's called the first.
Now if we can find some other enemy positions to hit, they might have food. Guys, please, I know I rebelled against you, but if you have food, can I have it, please? Worst comes to worst, I'll start trading for food. We lost a troop. One less mouth to feed. There we go, got some food, got some stone, fantastic. And we've actually completely filled up our storage. Well, there's a way around that. There's a very helpful way around that. So what I can do is basically click on, that will select all of the timber walls in sight, and upgrade those to stone.
It's called the first.
You'll be Scott the last if you don't shape up. So it's a new day. We found some more troops to antagonize.
The first.
My big fear is that they start sending out trebuchets. Now the great thing is we have healers in the ranks back there, so I would hope that they're healing. They appear to be. Okay, we got a bit more soul crystals. So over here by this outer wall, I'm going to place down a tavern. That's going to reduce the food consumption of the houses in the area. And what I might end up doing is basically putting out a wall to here and extending out to here and basically kind of creating a little enclave. Now we need to badly start sorting out this area here. Most of our stone walls are some way repaired, or some way upgraded, I should say. We're actually getting that done at a pace a lot slower than I would have liked. We have found more enemy forces. We found a lot of enemy forces, as long as they don't have a trebuchet. Devils. Do I want to use up... This is the thing, they're cutting through our forces. At the moment, unfortunately, the soul crystals are probably worth more to me. As long as we can keep King Scotty alive. As long as we can keep King Scotty alive, we're going to have to, unfortunately, just have our lads be mown through. I can replace them. I can't replace soul crystals. Let's pull them all back a bit. See, they have a pretty lengthy, or they have fairly good trebuchets. So once we get into range, we're in a bit of trouble. I'm seeing one of the guys healing, or being healed. Hefty losses. Hefty losses with a battle coming, I think, in about a day's time. So that's not brilliant. So we're into day 14, and day 15 is when the battle is going to come. So we have a lot of forces to rehire. Okay, they're coming from this direction. That's interesting. We have a chunk of stone. So do you know what? We will stick up a tower in either position. I think here might be a bit better. Back to our research, because I did fall a bit behind on it there for a while. We actually have sturdy concrete, so the stone walls and the towers and the gates give them extra durability. That's 3 minutes. I'm not too sure. Maybe halfway through the battle they might get upgraded. We've managed to throw together 29 archers. We'll bring these guys up here immediately and start putting them on the walls. The only handy thing is they have very limited areas to attack from here, unless they go all the ways over here. I have ordered all the gates to be closed. We have some archers on all of the walls. We'll see where they come from. Our 2 towers are giving us some increased sight on the enemy. Our major issue at the moment is housing. I need to get more houses built. I might actually have to just start doing that here, somewhere outside of our little housing complex. I think I'm just going to have to start throwing down a few houses that won't have any things around them. So the fountain, which increases the amount of people that can live there. There we go, we'll throw those up. Okay, so they're coming from here. Not brilliant, because it does actually... It's not brilliant, it's not terrible. I'm expecting a much larger force than that. I'm expecting more than that. You can't be serious. That's not all you're sending. Even though they are on horseback, so they're fairly strong. Now this wall is coming apart. So here's our spearmen. Maybe the door isn't open yet. Weapons drawn. There we go. It's a good chance we'll lose that gate. Maybe not. Fantastic, fantastic work. And there we go.
The rightful King Scott the First.
He's still holding on. Fair play to him. So we have 5 days to prepare for the next attack. We're on day 15. And the next attack is coming on day 20. We have a new day. I think I've messed up a bit of this wall again. Finishing off the final wall that will completely seal us in. We have 29 troops.
Complete.
Well, when I say 29 troops, I mean 29 people that we could send to die for us. We're still a good bit off of getting up to level 3. Timber is still a bit of a problem for us. Because I think we need 600. Yeah, we're going to need 600. We're going to need a huge amount of storage to just hold all this stuff. Never mind actually getting it, but even just getting the storage together to hold all this stuff is going to be something else. I might be able to put down, because it'll be needed. No. There. So we have our fairly large group over here that are actually protecting a ton of dead bodies. I've taken all of the archers off the walls, so we have 38 of them. I'm going to send them down here to take out this sparsely protected area. And by sparsely I mean it has no trebuchets. So we can hopefully, again, get together the soul crystals that will be needed for some of the more powerful attacks. So all that is left of King Scott's initial army is the man himself. We have Fordor, Rebel Hulk, and our Rebel Catapult.
Our fortifications are under attack.
Now, do we have... Is that from what I think it's from? There we go. Could you guys not have stopped them? No? That's bad timing. That is not great timing. The best thing is that the door is actually open. Like, I haven't closed the door to the forts. And they're just like, nah, it's fine. We'll attack this wall. It's fine. So what I've done is I have sent some archers over. They're making no damage on the walls. Probably actually some workers have probably been sent out and they're actually they're fixing the walls as quickly as these guys are knocking them. One more soul crystal and we have enough for 2 astral rays. Fantastic. I do love me a good astral ray. I'm being told somebody's attacking the walls. What the hell is going on? Did somebody, like, wander really far? Where? Dude. Dude, what are you doing? Come on. Come on now. Don't be like that. We bring these archers down the long way, and you know what? I think this is pretty much the last enemy camp that there is. Again, if I could hold off from needing to use the astral ray to deal with the trebuchets, I would. But actually there's a couple of buildings there, so we have a bit of... We have some options.
Ready.
Such as just sending these cheap guys to die.
On me way.
So our archers are actually leading the pack, which is not great.
Excited.
Your axe is excited? Ugh.
I know.
There we go, that's that other trebuchet down, so we should... I won't say we'll have no hassle, but we'll have less hassle. Hey, there you go, the last rebel encampment. So we've done one thing productive, at the very least. Slowly, but surely, I am getting through the research tree. We have market regulations to exchange our resources more profitably. Unfortunately, we have to actually spend some gold on that. But hopefully it'll be a help as we see our Zeppelin take off with a lot of timber on board. I'm going to have to put down another Gravedigger's hut, which is in city development, I believe. Do we need a level 2? I don't think so. Says he building a level 2 anyway. So now our economy is doing fairly well. I'm able to put down a lot of storage and a stone and an iron mine up here. I might get another stone mine down, actually, and this one I can upgrade. I think I had a few level 1s built. It's a nice looking city. I'd hate to live in it, but it's nice to look at. We have 2 days left before the enemy arrives. Let's see if we can start doing some mad shenanigans over in this direction. So we're going to enclose a fairly hefty area. I'll put towers up around here as needed. I should be able to put in a couple of more houses that will benefit from the tavern. So I can get some houses in here. Could get some additional food going in here as well. And we can get towers set up there as needed. Now my research is just about to be complete. I have everything for the Town Hall level 2 done. Strangely enough, I don't actually have everything for the level 1 done. And for the gold that we spent, we have a slightly better conversion rate. So this was 40 to 1, so 40 food to 1 gold. It's now 32 to 1. And this was 10 to 1. It's now 8 to 1. And you know what? It's a good thing that we started building this area, because this is where the next attack is actually going to come from. So it's helpful that we're doing this. I'm going to insist it's helpful. It's probably not. We can put that wall there. I would be hoping that they will come from this direction, as in from the northeast, and that they aren't going to go around in here. You can see that we can't build on the very edges of the map, because then we could just block off the entire area. So I could have actually pushed the wall out a bit further to take the maximum area that we could control. We have just 8 seconds. Are these guys going to get that wall constructed in time? And here's actually a bit of an issue. I need to open these gates, and I need to get my... I should be getting my crossbowmen, really. So I like the designs on these guys. There's our crossbowmen with the yellow flames in their hair. There are our spearmen. There's a big old rebel Hulk. And we have our archers, more crossbowmen. Oh, there we go. Enemy forces. So let's see if we can get everyone somewhere before the enemy arrives. So we can shut this gate. We'll shut the gates, and then I'll just open them again in a couple of minutes when I realize, you know what, I should probably have everybody outside fighting these guys. We can get much larger towers as well that we can put siege equipment into. That won't be happening today. Here they come, the devils.
Research complete.
The devils. We're continuing through research. Here is Red Pill for the Axemen. An experimental pill that radically changes the state of mind. Gives Axe Warriors I am the Blue Hedgehog active skill. Well, there you go. So we have a nice range on these, and we can see that there is indeed a larger army this time. I don't know if we can see any horsemen. We had better get our astral ray going. Oh, there he is, the devil. Look at this. Now, the only problem, do you know what? The scenario that we're in is that we actually have... We've one more attack to come after this. And we have enough astral rays. I could fire off another 3 of these. Now, if I could save one for the last attack, that would be great. They've taken that awkward corner.
They are attacking again.
These guys... King Scotty, why you do this? These guys have decided that they want to get into the combat. They've... I don't know what open gate they came out through, but they decided they were getting involved. There we go. Glorious victory. There you go. That's the Could he not have just stayed there? No? No. We lost one person in the last attack. That's not too bad. We have a mine that is out of resources, and I think we have a fishing area that is out of resources. So we could try putting down more farms, but at the moment I'm happy to keep putting down a couple more berry picking areas and farms. Or I should say fishing areas. We're actually very close to getting everything that we need for the next level up, except the money. So we'll say 200 stone will get us 13 quid. We have 5 days until the next attack. It's entirely possible that we'll be able to sell our way to an upgrade. I do need to get more houses in and get some more troops for the final battle. As our Zeppelin returns, it's going to find parking difficult because I've had to throw in another farm. I'd say we are putting a bit of pressure on the food supply. I could get rid of 100 iron and we'd still have enough. No, not 200. Not 200. So that's going to get us another 13 gold. And that's actually going to be enough to start the upgrade. That's going to bring us up to 35. And we can start the upgrade to the level 3. So it'll bring us in Hammer Guys and Foot Knights. Hammer Guys fight with hammers. So the Foot Knights fight with... What a massive jump in the population we've had. So we have 46 free spaces. We are barely generating enough food to keep us going. We are absolutely decimating stockpiles of fish.
Research complete.
I don't know, do I want to put in... Go on, will we put in... Yeah, we'll put in that one there. Because if I really desperately want to put in somebody picking berries, I'll put them right there. And the Zeppelin is back. And we can begin that final upgrade. I'm trying to think at the moment, where would be the worst place that they could attack from? Where would be the place that I would not want them to attack from? Where is the kind of the least defended? Probably this direction isn't great at the moment. That wouldn't be great. We still have 40 people with no functions. I suppose we're going to have to start training a few just to have them ready, but I do actually want to put a lot of those into these two places once we get this upgraded. So I've sent my Zeppelin off. We need more money. We're going to need money if we want to get these buildings upgraded at the very end. I wonder, do I have to pay money for these guys? I do. They cost a gold each. The wooden walls, we don't need to worry about that anymore. So I think we have a good chunk of the research done. The crossbowmen, +1 cell distance for both attacking range and target search range. Go on. And just as we do that, the town hall is upgraded. Hell's bells, what mad upgrades do we have now? House level 3. I might hold off on that. We should have some upgrades to our granary and things like that. We'll upgrade this one. We'll upgrade this one. Storage platforms, I'd say, are okay. 189 out of 200. We'll get that one upgraded. We're also in a position to build thicker stone walls. Stone wall 2. So, what's the chances that they'll attack here? We'll upgrade all of these. But at the moment, our workers have a lot of work to do. Look at this, the level 3 town centre. Look at that. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked down. And we also have the ability to upgrade our stone mines. Now, our stone mines are driving our economy at the moment. We need money for the iron mine. So I'm going to level that one up. And if we actually take a look... Trying to remember where it is. Increases stone to extract in this mine 3 times. So it basically increases the amount of stone so it doesn't run out as quickly. Do you know what? Go on. We'll level that one up as well. Just as our Zeppelin is coming back in. It'll have some money, but I think we'll be spending most of that on leveling up the barracks. We actually have a small bit left over to get that iron mine leveled up. And like I said, the stone is the main thing driving our economy at the moment, so I'm actually going to send that Zeppelin straight back out with pretty much the last order. So there you go, you press the button and it'll send out the last order. I'm going to turn that off because it'll keep doing that from what I understand. So if we knew that we were going to be producing 112 constantly, then we could just leave that ticked and it'd be sending them out and bringing the stuff back. There we go, look at this. So we can actually get archers lined out along these walls. So if we know where the guys are coming from, we can get all of the walls expanded. Now, we have 2 days until the battle starts. We have 11 people, or we have housing for 11 people, I should say. I can actually get a few of these houses upgraded. But our major problem is I'm trying to get this building upgraded, and then I'm trying to get some of the builders' huts upgraded, and we're also running out of timber. I think we should be probably okay if we upgrade the lumber mills. So it takes 15 seconds for each worker to make 10 wood from one tree. So this would be 8 wood, and this would be 6 wood. So the more that these buildings are leveled up, the more efficient they become. And it would be fantastic to get the stone walls upgraded to level 2, but the most important thing is that we can get something good from our new tower. Look, the doors are locked, everyone's trying to get in. Dinner's being served, they're all waiting there. So at the moment, Vanguard Troop, a strong soldier in tough armor, can deal damage to multiple enemies at once. Well, that sounds fantastic. And we're already out of iron. We have a Foot Knight, Vanguard Troop, infantryman, wearing heavy armor that protects him from arrows. Do you know what? We'll get one of each. I've almost all of the military research done. There's the healing power. We also have access to the movement speed for the lumberjacks. Here's the barracks level 3, so that's going to increase Foot Knight health. Hammer Guy training speed. Hammer Guy damage. It'll decrease his movement speed though. And Infected Mushroom. That's a bad. It can be bad to get that alright. Gives the Berserk the active ability. Or gives Berserk active ability for Hammer Guy. 25 damage. 20% speed. Movement speed increased by 1.5 times. And we have all these cooldowns. Now I haven't been using a lot of those. If I can even find out where my army is. But if we select a specific type of unit, we do have abilities with them. I should use these more often. So attack speed increases by 2 times. Duration 20 seconds cooldown. So that's I think that's a passive ability, and these are then activated abilities that we can click on. So I should, do you know what, for our last battle, I will make sure to start using those a bit more frequently. And speaking of the final battle, it is day 26. Well, it's day 25. Scott the Bloody says that I see the lackeys of the arrogant overlord, who have been afraid to stick their noses any further than the campfire, are preparing to participate in the final attack. No, they're not, Scott. They're all dead. Let them come. There's enough room for all of them under the ground. Well, we've still have a lot of room in the graveyard. And what Scott is talking about is all of the troops around the map. Do you remember I was wondering where the attack was going to come from? Well, it's coming from everywhere. There is indeed an enemy coming from this direction, and it's going to hit this part of the wall, which is a bit of a nuisance. I don't think we're going to have time to build a tower there. We'll try. We will have an army coming in from this side. If they come in this way, fantastic. If they come down this way, ooh, not so great. Oh, some poor devil has just got out the door. He's not getting back in. Brother in arms, the triumph is nigh. While I am with you, not 1,000 or 10,000 of these filthy dogs of despotism can stop us. I don't know about that, man. Let us slaughter every last henchman of Ferdinand's criminal power. Ferdinand II the Fat is the name of the ruler that we are fighting against. We got this nearly built. What we're going to need to do is pretty much concentrate on one specific area. I think we can leave this area not until the very end. So they're probably going to get distracted and get pulled down here and attack that wall. These guys, I don't know where they're going to go for this one. Close all the gates. And may God have mercy on us all. So these guys are going to have an easy enough time getting through here, I have a feeling. These guys are coming for the weak area. There's a lot of them coming for up there. So let me select my archers. Give them an old combat trance. We have nothing over here, so they're going to have a pretty easy time at the wall. So I suppose we have kind of questions to ask now. Do I want to use the Astral Ray to try and take these out and finish them off with my forces and kind of start going around the outside? Or do I want to use the Astral Ray on the likely protected areas? I think I'm going to have to use them. I think I'm going to have to use the first one up here.
They are attacking the walls.
Okay, so that's that one dealt with.
Our fortifications are under attack.
We'll take these guys out, hopefully.
Our fortifications are under attack. Now.
I did open this thing, didn't I? I did. Okay.
Research complete.
And all the woodworkers are heading out to actually get some work done. Fair play to them. That's commitment. That's commitment. The archers are doing tremendous work here. This is the issue. This is the issue. So I might have to give these guys a taste of Astral Ray. I think I did more damage to my own wall than I did to the enemy. It's fine. As they move in this direction, they'll get taken up by them, hopefully. Scott, now is not the time to be talking about your title. We need you to focus on taking out the enemy. Okay. This area... One guy actually got thrown in over the wall by the Astral Ray and is doing a lot of damage. Fair play to him. Right. Now the only problem is we have to actually fight these guys. What are these? Are these gravediggers? Or are they workers? I'm not too sure. This is going to be the toughest area because these guys haven't taken any damage. Is everyone dealt with over here? Kind of, almost, nearly. Now we are in a position to get more forces.
Oh yeah, they are attacking our buildings.
It's fine. They're just attacking people's homes. People weren't living in those homes. So we're now beginning to see people's houses being knocked down. Absolutely terrible. Oh no, so sad, so tragic. So sad, so tragic. That thing stands, we're fine. That thing stays standing, we are A-okay. That's all we care about.
Our fortifications are under attack.
Our two rebel hulks have remained behind. I am the Blue Hedgehog. Yes.
The city is under attack.
Become the Blue Hedgehog. The Blue Hedgehog you were always destined to be. So, how are we doing over here? Again, these guys have gotten distracted by a wall, which is fantastic. We're being told... Are you serious? Oh, he destroyed that mine. He's just been left up here on his own. He's having a great old time.
Our units are in combat.
I think we're gonna just about get it done.
Our fortifications are under attack.
Oh, the trebuchet is out here. Thank God. The trebuchet got distracted, attacking the walls. That's the most important things that walls do, is distract people. See, look, we can just march straight past them. Doesn't make a difference.
Attacking again. Reporting.
And I think this is it. I think this is the last remaining enclave of enemy units. Chopping away at the wall, thinking they're doing mighty work. I think somebody's throwing stones at them, and there we go! And I got an achievement. 4-door survives in the Children of the Revolution mission. Glorious! Uncompromising victory. Enemies killed 1,269. A bit slow getting everything ramped up there at the start. It would have been great if I'd had those level 3 walls up a bit earlier to basically protect me and to protect my poor citizens. My poor citizens, this is why I am fighting the revolution, is for the people. Because I care about the people and not the power that could potentially be mine. There's our graveyard. Could have gotten a few more people in there. And we can see there the used up stone mines to the left. Hell's bells. That was close. So here's our aide, and here's us, and here's our uncle. That's where our uncle's head was, that red stain on the wall. Uh-oh, we've been ordered, I think by Scotty, to retreat. So Scotty's forces killed our uncle and stuck his head to the wall. Oh no! That wasn't even the main army. Yeah, where are we going to the beach? Now's not the time for the beach. The fleet of resistance is waiting for us. Cutthroats, they sound like my type of people. They sound like people who support the revolution. So we have our next mission and our campaign. If somebody else is playing as the Royals, then I imagine your campaign is going to look dramatically different to what's going on at the moment. But my understanding is we're probably going to have to push for here and get all the ways up. There's Cutthroat Castle, and we're going up in that direction to gain allies. I think if you continued supporting the Monarch, you would end up over here by about the 4th mission. But by our 4th mission, so I didn't actually do anything here, we played a cutscene. I had the option to support the rebels or support the king. If I'd supported the king, I would have fought the rebels. But by supporting the rebels, instead it just dragged me all the ways down here, so I've only played 2 missions so far. That was tough. That was a bit tough. It was a bit stressful towards the end, but we got there. It's going to be a matter of getting the early game down a bit better. I'm going to be playing this over on Twitch. There's Twitch integration, so you can head on over, and I presume mess up my game. I'd be surprised if you're actually able to support the player and help the player and be useful to the player, but maybe you can. So do go and check out the Twitch channel, links in the description below if you want to see me playing more of this. I might come back with more of the rebel missions from time to time, because I get the feeling that a lot of people are playing as the Royals, so if you'd like to see what some of the rebel missions are like, I might very well return with those in future. This has been Diplomacy is Not an Option. I think I have clearly shown you that diplomacy is not an option. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and I hope that you will join me in future, because I need more willing soldiers for the cause.